Well, hello everybody. Happy Friday. Hopefully everybody had an incredible week, and I'm excited for Friday evening here. We got an incredible leadership class coming up in a little bit, but my name is Jeff Street, and I teach people how to make money from home online. And today I want to talk to you about the 3 keys to achieving your goals. The 3 keys to achieving your goals. You know, if you're watching here with us, you can comment in the feed and put the 3 keys. And that's what we're going to get into today. So comment, write the 3 keys, and we're going to get into those 3 keys here, this evening. And the first key that I want to talk to you guys about is you got to think long term. You got to have long-term thinking. Rome wasn't built in a day. How many have ever heard that, right? Nothing worthwhile was ever achieved, quickly, without having to go out and put the time in. If somebody talks to you about this is a get-rich-quick thing, you got to run fast quick, because success takes time. You got to go out and have, patience. A lot of times I work with people like, oh, I've been doing this for 2 weeks and I'm not getting the results that I want to get yet. Can you imagine if somebody joined a gym and 2 weeks in, they're like, oh, I'm not in the best shape of my life yet. A lot of times people lack patience. So you got to have that long-term vision. You got to know where you're going. You got to see where you're going, and you got to have the discipline, the commitment, and the patience to see that job through. I've been, doing this now for 15 years. And let me tell you this, if you looked at who I was 15 years ago and you look at, who I am today, it's so far between, not just the 15 years of age, not just the gray hairs that have popped up in my head, but the experience, the journey, what I've gone through, what I've learned, my experience, the success that we're having today. My wife and I, none of it was anywhere close 15 years ago to where it is today. So you got to go out and think long-term. You got to have that long-term thinking, that long-term vision. I heard soon-to-be Regional Vice President Janelle Sandin quote the Bible this morning where it says, without vision, people perish. So you got to have that vision so you can go out and see, and see the job through, long-term. Number 2 is you got to stay consistent. Consistency is one of the biggest keys. You got to do something every single day for your business. Do something every day for what it is that you're working on. As I talked about before, Rome wasn't built in a day, but they built it every day. They built it piece by piece every single day. I'll never forget, hey, Jen Carmona, and I'll never forget when I was doing boxing training with my, friends Andre Huseman and Jeremiah Mastre, 2 amazing boxing coaches, and I worked with those guys every single day for 5 days a week, literally every morning, every day for 3 years. And I'll never forget when Jeremiah showed me a video that we took of one of the first days that we trained together and how awkward my jab was, the first day. And then a couple years into it, a video we took of me doing a certain combination and just comparing the 2. But it was the consistency. It was doing a little bit every single day over a long period of time that all of a sudden started to go out and create better skill sets for me. Now, I did that for 3 years. What if I did that for 15 years like I've done with my business? How many more results would I have had than that? I remember reading the book Bounce. And the book Bounce, it talked about the relevance of 10,000 hours. In the beginning of it talked about Serena and Venus Williams' father and the training regimen, that he had for the 2 of them as he was training them in tennis. And it talked about 10,000 hours, how 10,000 hours creates mastery in anything that you go out and do in life. But what I found is a lot of people have that start-stop mentality. People are like a blimp on a radar screen. They're there for 1 minute, and then they're gone. So consistency is so important in those keys to success. You got to be consistent. Some people join the gym and the first day they're so excited and they work out for like 4 hours that first day, and then they hurt themselves, they hurt their body, the pain is so great that they never go back for a second day. But what if they just went for 30 to 40 minutes the first day? You know what? They'd probably feel good. They'd feel good about their achievement. And they're like, you know what? I can go back again tomorrow. So that consistency, somebody asked me a long time ago, they said, Jeff, do you know how you eat an elephant? I go, no. He goes, one bite at a time. You know, one bite at a time, that's how you go out and eat an elephant, but it's about staying consistent, just doing a little bit consistently every single day. The third key to success is be a giver. See, you know, one of the things that I learned is, you know, givers gain. You know, what goes around comes around. I know we've all heard of karma. You got to put good juju out there in the universe. You got to put good juju out there in the universe so you can attract good juju back to yourself. You know, a lot of people in our business sometimes ask me, like, you know, you coach and train people that aren't even in your team. You have people on your leadership calls that aren't in your team. I go, yeah, I love people. I want to see people win. And you know what? You know, I know, again, that what goes around comes around. And if you can go out and be a giver to others, success will go out and come back to you. One of my favorite books was Go Givers Sell More. I can't think of the author's name right now, but you can look that book up. Go Givers Sell More. And you got to have that attitude and that mindset, you know, of a giver. So these are the three keys to achieving your goals. Number one, long-term thinking. You know, write down long-term thinking, you know, in the chat. Number two is stay consistent. You know, somebody do me a favor, write down stay consistent in the chat. And number three is be a giver. You know, somebody do me a favor, write down be a giver in the chat. You know, if you got some value out of this message here today, hit the share button so you can share it with other people. You know, again, my name is Jeff Street. I teach people how to make money from home online. And, you know, Jen Carmona, I appreciate that long-term thinking. So drop a comment, either long-term thinking, consistency, or be a giver. Hope everybody has an incredible weekend, a wonderful Friday night. God bless everybody, and we'll see you guys soon. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for stopping by.